I wanted to make a video as a reference point for all our pro clubs tips. Now, we've uploaded a lot of videos on pro clubs and it can get a little bit confusing to find all of them with how YouTube is laid out, especially if you're new to the channel. So I thought I'd do a quick vid of basically every pro club's tip to improve, from builds to actual tips to get you guys better at the game. Now, there are timestamps in the description of this video, so whether you're here for the striker build or just to learn how to play any, there's just a whole different range of different things that you can pick up on in this vid. There are also links to the full videos shown in today's video down in the description below. If this video helps you out, please drop a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't already to the home of pro clubs. We'll start off with how to get good, from search settings to formations to in-game tactics. Here's a little look. So I've been playing pro clubs for a very long time and 99% of people make the same mistakes, and I'm here to try and help you guys eradicate those mistakes. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. When you sat in the lobby, make sure you change the filters. So many people don't do this. You probably want to have on, off, on. Most people play with an any, so you want to have that on so you match against another team with an any. Off because most people do not play with a goalkeeper, so you want to match against the CPU goalkeeper as it's usually easier to score. And then minimum opposition is a bit of a weird one. Basically, you want that on because if you have 4 players, you're only going to match up against 6, or you could match up against 2. If you have that off, there's the odd chance you could match up against 8 or 9, which makes the game a little bit more difficult. If you have 2 players, I believe the maximum you can match with is 4 or 5. I haven't played pro clubs with 2 players for quite a long time, so I'm not even sure. It's not even crossing that's the problem, guys. It's heading. Heading is so inconsistent on FIFA 20. They tried to nerf it from FIFA 19. It definitely worked, but heading is just broken. You don't want to be spamming crosses. You want to be looking for cutbacks to the edge of the box and trying to play little intricate 1-2 passes between your strikers. Now, talking about strikers, if you are one and you're listening to this, and you're using a similar build to me, 5'6" and down with a lot of sprint speed, just get in behind the CPUs, guys. Pull out onto a fullback, try and get in between the centre-back and the fullback, or even around the outside of the fullback, and rely on a triangle through ball down the line. As you can see on screen, we do this a lot, gets us in a lot, and it's a very effective way to play striker when you're playing with only a few players against another few players. Okay, so you're probably thinking about builds. Let's have a quick look through some of the builds. Striker, cam, CDM, centre mid, Lamb, Ram. Yes, you can play those positions. There's a hidden way to do so. Let's start off looking at that hidden way and then go through every single build. Video links, again, are in the description to the full videos if you don't get enough information from this. We're going to talk a little bit more detail about how it happens, whether the stats change when you do play in a different position that's been hidden from us so far. Let's start with centre mid, because we've all wanted centre mid in FIFA, especially pro clubs. So we're set up as a DM now, so talk us through how you got to centre mid.
Sure. So what you want to first do is go into player growth. Check the build that you want to pick. Obviously the DM build, I've set it as my default playstyle too. I think that's probably important. So you want to go over to the profile, move to the position bit and change it to right wing. Once you've done that, just come back out. You can press circle, whatever gets you out of that, to the normal clubs menu. Then go over to your whatever you want to call this, the other place where you can actually go in and edit your pro. Just head over to athletic, change your body type to attacking. This will set you as a ram, but you can't initially go from as DM straight to CM. It takes a little bit of tinkering.
So even ram, you can't do a ram normally, can you? Am I being an idiot?
Nope.
No, you can't even do ram.
You
so there's ram as well. Ram and lamb you can do this way. Yep. But yeah, carry on. Take us to centre mid.
There's ram. So you go back into it once you've done that. You go over to athletic again. You go back to gameplay. You go and set yourself to defensive, and you just press start.
All right. So there's our DM.
There you go. So there's our DM. So once you wanna get to centre mid, so you go back into it again. You change it over. You go to gameplay again. You go to attacking. Just press start again, and you should be centre mid. I'm pretty sure this makes centre mid. Yes, it does.
What the fuck? So you go attacking and then you're ram, back to defensive, then you're right DM, and then back to attacking and you're centre mid.
Yep.
I'm done with this game. I'm done with this game. But this shows, right? We were speaking about this earlier. It seems like they wanted to put these positions in, but just forgot. So yeah, a lot of you might not have known that you can play as a centre mid on FIFA 20 Pro Clubs. You can play RAM, RDM, LAM, and a bunch of other hidden positions through this video. The full link is in the description, of course, with a timestamp. Now let's get into looking at some other builds, from CDM to cam to striker, what we use when we play in pro clubs, what got us to 147 wins and 0 losses. Let's have a look. But I like to sit at around 5'6", just get that little bit extra height. Guys who watch my streams, you'll see that like my guy still seems to win quite a lot of headers against CPU centre backs in this build. I don't really know how, but there's something to look out for here. It is a glitch, of course. It's EA game. Keep an eye on my height, right? 5'6", but I can slightly move this up, and you see a change to my stats on the right. If I go back down there, and I've literally not changed my height, but my stats have gone down. So be careful with that. I like to sit on the smaller side of 5'6", so I get that 95 acceleration, 94 agility. You can play around with the weight and go down to 99 pounds. Our cam plays at 99 times, saves our absolute ass when we're struggling and we need a goal, because I've suddenly got this huge boost of stamina. All of these, in my opinion, are pretty unnecessary, especially the long shots. You don't want to be shooting from far out. Matching them for acceleration and sprint speed, it's kind of irrelevant because it's all about the first 10 meters, really. Really want to be focused on shooting at the front post in striker. Guys, it is so overpowered, this FIFA. I can't even tell you. You can see Billy there, our striker, scoring a couple of goals in a row, just smashing it at that front post live on stream.
Could you shut up? So, we're 100 now with me at cam, boys, yeah? With me at cam. A professional cam, some people might say. You might be thinking, oh, this guy sucks at cam. Like, why is he giving a cam build? Listen here, chumps, yeah? I played some games in centre-back. I played some game in CDM. Right back as well sometimes. And, you know, I don't really play serious. But when I do, I get 100 no.
You'll
That's
never
what
sing
happens when
that.
I play cam serious. So obviously from a build you can see that I play striker in cam. And the reason for that is, you know, the cam stats are messed up and there's seriously no reason for you to play cam in cam. I'd always suggest going striker in cam.
You can go left mid as well. A lot of people do left mid, but from what we like and have seen, striker seems to be better, right?
Yeah, for sure. I just think with the problem with the left mid build is I'll quickly actually show it, right? The finishing, it's 74, whereas in a striker it's 94, and I just feel like if you need that clutch goal, you need to have that finish. But the height and weight is, I know what people are going to be saying. Oh, it's just sweaty. It's just whatever it like, you know. Oh, you can only do this if you're this build or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't really care.
So my statistics, they really are not the best, but a lot of my time is spent kind of messing around. When we're concentrating, we very rarely concede, and this is all obviously Division 1. So I go 5'11" personally. It's something that I think works well because I like being able to body people.
Tough guy.
It gives you a bit more strength in the stat, but I really don't think there's a need to go any taller than 5'11". The thing is, most of the good players you'll come up against will be using really small striker builds. Like, they'll be about 5'6", even 5'4". The only reason I go up to 5'11" in that sense is because in midfield against CPUs, I want to be winning the majority of headers. I could put the weight down, but I've just found that this is the balance that works well for me in terms of that strength and pace. So the single most important thing, without a doubt here, is going to be do not use a CDM build. Use a left back or a left wing back build specifically, or a right wing back build. Obviously, it really makes no difference. Difference in pace is ridiculous. With it in mind that I'm playing with a wing back build, I can afford to go a little bit taller, a little bit heavier. We'll go into the traits, and I'll say straight away, this is just my preference. There are some bits of this, obviously, for me. So
there's our builds and a couple of tip videos included as well. To finish is probably one of the most important things you need in pro clubs in order to do well, and that is a competent any. If you play with an any, they need to be good. So let's look at ours, who, in my opinion, is probably one of the top 3 in the world, and I can comfortably say that. Verified FUT Champs player, very good at the game, and he started everything on clubs. He's one of the best clubs players as well. So let's have a look at how he plays for the final video, and again, all of the links are in the description if you want to watch these videos in full and in more detail. I hope that you have found these videos kind of useful, and I hope this video itself is useful. I wanted to put it together so you guys had somewhere to kind of come back to. You can send this video out to friends and say, look, just go click on the link in the description and you'll find the other videos to get better at the game. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Let's finish by looking at our any tips video, letting that roll out for a minute. And I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you for a live stream tonight on the channel. Go on, here we go. Oh my god. No, that we're 130-0 right now. So we're now going to take a look at how Billy plays any by going into a quick game, followed by some clips of us playing in Division 1 at a much higher level. But Billy's going to talk you through little tips that he uses to be, in my opinion, one of the best ennies on the game.
But yeah, I use a 4-back just because I like to have more men in midfield in a lower division. And like with a 5-back, I just feel the defence line so deep defensive because the defence does stay back a little bit more, but it's not too deep.
Yeah, we always go defensive as soon as we start.
Most people go ultra, but it just pins you in. And here, like, if it's a 2-on-2, just you got to try and watch the run. And like kind of press as well at the same time. It's hard because you don't want to give them too much space, but it's just mainly about watching the run because that's how they're going to score. And then I do offside trap just as a ultimate team habit to get the team up the pitch because again, the worst thing is just being pinned in where you can't get out.
Do you think that works when we score and going into offside trap straight away?
I'm not going to risk not doing it. I've done it for like 2 FIFAs now.
Yeah.
And then basically with any, it's all about just keeping the ball in there. Like I mainly try to go as close as I can to the strikers or whoever's controlling the other people. I don't like playing it around my fullbacks. And then here again, just watch the run.